last session was it was a general session. It was not a technical session. So the last session was not the continuation of day before yesterday. Okay, so this session is continuation of our technical session day before yesterday, what we have done. So yesterday what we have done, if you are any one of you have missed yesterday's session, you can go to YouTube and watch that video. That is just it's a kind of motivation session. So to realize, to make yourself realize or ourselves realize about how to proceed to learn the things. Okay, how to schedule the tasks in a day, how to get better times, free time into our hand. That's what I have told in the last session. And I request all of you have a proper schedule starting from today itself. Proper schedule you are going to maintain to work on Pega or anything else. Okay, and where you need to have some time, some free time every day. Mostly the maximum time that you need is 1.5 hours maximum. And in the yesterday session, if any one of you have missed, the key point is spend more time on understanding the subject, not on the practical. If you properly understand the subject and properly understand what you are going to do before you do itself, you should have that clearly in your mind what you are going to do. Everything you would have done already in your mind, then you put it on laptop, I mean like PRPC environment. Your practical will not take a maximum, not more than 25 minutes. If anyone going forward, if you are spending hours together on practical, which means that you are missing to understand the practical concept as well as theoretical concepts. To simply tell you, subject, without understanding subject, don't go with hands-on. This is a strict request still. Okay, everyone clear? So that's the key point. Let's proceed forward to discuss more about PRPC and other concepts. AC remote leda akkada. Just give me 1 minute. You find somewhere. Okay. So last session, day before yesterday was the technical session. See, technically so far we are done with 2 sessions, right? See, I'll tell you, 2 days demo, understanding BPM, PRPC, demo, 2 days. Day 3, question and answers, correct? If you leave about day 3, you might have talked to me over phone and all. Leave about day 3, 2 days demo is done. And later again 2 more days. 1 day I explained theoretically and given you examples of understanding application and types. Anyone can easily understand going through the video. And 2nd day, practical. All this together 1. Explanation, practical together 1. 2 days we have done. And again 3rd day, I have told you about the procedure that you need to follow for the practice and learning, how to effectively learn the subject, not only Pega, anything. For that I have given you the methodology that I am aware of. Okay, so if you like it, you can follow that. Okay, next. So total 6 sessions, session 3, session 6, you can just keep it aside. 4 sessions, 2 sessions demo, 2 sessions the classes, right? This is 3rd session for the classes. Make sense, everyone? Clear? Even if you have missed in the past, now you should know this. Now this is the 3rd session. This is continuation of what is being done in the past session, I mean like day before yesterday. See, last 2 sessions we have discussed about application and types of applications. There are 2 types of application, framework and implementation. So framework application contains common functionalities that we use across the business. Implementation application contains specific functionalities related to specific line of business. Okay, This is what we have discussed. We have practically seen how to create framework application and implementation application. Now I have few questions not to ask you, to raise to explain the further concept. Okay, I'm going to raise few questions to explain you the further concept, not to ask you. See, after we created applications, we are pretty much sure that our framework application is created on top of Pega platform, correct? And our implementation application is created on top of framework application. I'll show you the diagram what is being done. That's same I can show you diagrammatically. Here you go now. Those who have missed, try to cope up with the session. You will be able to understand for sure. Diagram, and here you go. This is the one. Okay, open with Paint. See here. Already Pega platform is there. We purchased, we install and all. Means you are a client, you will purchase. Here it is free. Okay, we installed means Pega platform application is there. This is one framework as per the discussion. On top of Pega platform, I have created my framework application. Name can be anything. On top of my framework application, I created my implementation application. The structure you see is like a stack. Understand? Stack means, you know, right? Books, one book on top of another book on top of another book, like this. If you are going to play, that is stack. It is called a stack. So bottom one is base always. Okay. Now implementation application. If I log into implementation application, I get access to implementation application for sure, no doubt. Everyone clear with this? After I created this structure, everything, if I log into implementation application, we can access implementation application and its functionalities. Everyone clear with that point? There's no doubt about it, correct? Now the question is, by logging into implementation application, is it possible that I can access framework application as well as Pega platform also? Yes, it is possible, because you created it connectively, right? You did not create each separately. You created one on top of another, correct? This way you have done. The top level application can access this one as well as this one. Now let me tell you another point. Coming to framework, imagine I have logged into framework application only, not implementation. I logged into now framework. There is no doubt I can access framework application, correct? Because I logged into it, I can access that, correct? Now, can I access Pega platform by logging into framework? Yes, I can access, because it is created on top of Pega platform, correct? Understand? So if you log into framework, total number of applications that you can access are 2. One is that application itself plus bottom base application. Understand? Next, if I log into implementation application, the total number of applications that I can access are 3. Current application plus base application. How many base applications are there? 2 base applications. Base application, you understand what does it base means? Three floors are there. The bottom one is base, middle one is base to the above one, something like that. You can understand it like physical construction also. Okay, everyone clear? This is the structure that we have created our applications. In this structure only we created our applications yesterday. Those who have missed the session yesterday, follow the video, you will be able to do in 2 minutes, not a big deal. But before yesterday, I mean like not yesterday, day before yesterday, I told, right? Class 1, class 2, both you watch, then today's class will be easy. Now the same I am going to show you. I am going to log into our implementation application. What is the login ID? devimpl@. What is our application? syme.com. Password, I have given rules. I am trying to log into which application now? Implementation application. Make sense? Everyone clear? Just give me 1 minute. So I logged in. As usual process. What is the as usual process? Dev Studio and App Explorer on the left hand side. App Explorer. Now coming here. Okay. Now I'm going to create a document for you. Hold on. 8 a.m. This is not your document, right? I'll create one document for you. Hold on. For 600, right? Your batch. November 3. Understanding the application structure and base applications. What is that? That is called as built-on application. I'll explain you this technical terminology once again. You understand base application, right? That can also be said as built-on application. Okay, I'll explain once again that built-on. Now let's log into our implementation application. Let's log into our implementation application. Oh, I'm sorry. I logged into implementation application as usual process that you have followed on day one after creating application. Follow App Explorer. When you go here, closely observe. See here on top here. What is the number? 3. 3 applications. On top left, what do you see? 3 applications. On top left, we can see 3 applications. By login to implementation application, we got access to 3 applications. How many applications? 3 applications. You can tell me that. 1, implementation application itself. Second one, FW application. Third one, Pega platform. Pega. Make sense, everyone? These 3 we got. Means implementation application can access its own, can access FW as well as Pega platform applications. Next, let's log in to FW application. Let's keep it aside and log off here and log into FW application. Okay. What is that? ID dev fw@syme.com. This was the ID that I have created few days back. How many applications I see? Here, you see, ఏంటో అడగండి. మీరు సెషన్ కి టైం కి రావాలి కదా, లేట్ అయితే వేస్ట్ అయిపోయింది టైం. టుడే ఫస్ట్ డేనా, బట్ స్టిల్ 9 o'clock అని ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేశారు కదా. కూర్చోండి, మీకేం అర్థం కాదు ఇలా వస్తే లేట్గా. మీరేమనుకుంటారు, నాకు చెప్పడం రాదనుకుంటారు ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది డే, అంతే కదా. నిన్నటి సెషన్ మిస్ అయ్యి ఈరోజు సెషన్ మిస్ అయ్యారు అనుకోండి, ఈరోజు అటెండ్ అయ్యారు, మీరేమనుకుంటారు, నాకే చెప్పడం రాదేమనుకుంటారు. డిపెండెన్సీ అర్థం చేసుకోరు చాలా, కొంతమంది, అందరు కాదు. Here we see 2 applications. What are those, you guess? Always I am typing this wrong. First one is FW application. Second one, Pega platform. I'll show you that. Screenshot I'll show you. You see the same? If you click on that, it will display. Okay, one is FW application. Second, FW application can access what? Pega platform. FW application can access Pega platform. Okay, itself anyhow it can access. Can FW application access implementation application? No, it cannot access. Only bottom level in the structure whatever I have shown you. Now look at here. See in the diagram whatever I am showing now, Pega platform, on top of it Geico FW, on top of it Geico IMPL. For us the name is Symmetra, right? Name can be anything, structure is same. You understand the structure. See, implementation application is created on top of framework application, correct? This is base application for implementation. Is it right? This is said to be base application. Implementation application is built on framework application. Everyone clear? The terminology I'm talking about. Implementation application is built on framework application. What do you call framework application here is? Framework application is called as built on application. Base application, right? The other terminology is built on application. For implementation application, the built on application is framework application. For framework application, the built on application is Pega platform. Everyone clear? Instead of base application, Pega uses the terminology of built on application. Make sense? Everyone clear? Online also. What is built on application means? What did you understand from that statement? Built on application means below application, base.
Base application.
Application 1, application 2. Application 1 is built on application for application 2. What does it mean? Application 2 is created on top of application 1. Okay, now I am going to bring a question forward. That is, when I am creating a new application, you know all this, we did it. There is a way you can click on build from scratch. You can click on some other application. If you click on build from scratch, your application will get created on top of Pega platform. Clicking on build from scratch, your application will get created on top of Pega platform. Understand? If you click on any other name here, your application will be created on top of other application, whatever you click on. At the time of creating, this is the process we have followed. You are being given with a requirement. Requirement is you create an application by name LIC framework. You create this on top of Pega platform. You logged into Pega, you clicked on build from scratch, you created application. Is that correct or not? That is correct. You created your framework application on top of Pega platform by clicking on build from scratch. Correct. You got second requirement. Second requirement is that create LIC life insurance application on top of LIC framework application. That's the requirement given. Again, you logged into Pega, you came to this screen, you see here LIC framework, but instead of clicking this, you clicked on build from scratch again. You clicked on build from scratch again, and you proceeded forward choosing exact implementation application. Options are same, everything. Only mistake that I have done is instead of clicking on LIC framework, where did I click while creating implementation application? By mistake, I clicked on build from scratch. Proceeded creation is completed. I have chosen it as implementation only. Previous one I have chosen as framework, created on build from scratch. Second time I have chosen it as implementation, but I did build from scratch only. Now my question is, my framework application has got created on top of Pega platform. Clear. Tell me about implementation. My implementation application, is it being created on top of Pega platform or somewhere else? It has been created on top of Pega platform. That is the mistake I have done. By mistake, implementation application, instead of creating on framework application, I created on Pega platform only. So what was my structure now? I'll show you. Just hold on. See here. This is what by mistake I have done. What is this one? Pega platform. And here, what is this one? Pega platform. This is FW application. And this is IMPL application. This is by mistake I have done this. Now creation is completed. Now you need to make changes such that you need to bring implementation application on top of FW application. These two should be as it is. This one, implementation application, should be detached from Pega platform, attached to framework. So that means now this particular one should land onto this place. Understand everyone? Clear? Online resources. This is how it should come after you make changes. So your implementation should land here after you make changes. This, if you by mistake, if you do this, how to do this? Now I am asking question. Do you have an answer for this? You don't know. Because you have learned only forward engineering so far. You know how to create framework application on top of Pega platform. You know how to create implementation application on top of framework application. But you don't know exactly where these relations are being made. If you know exactly where is this linking happening, you'll be able to unlink from one place and link at the other place, correct? You need to unlink this from here and link it to some other place, correct? This is what we are trying to understand now. This is what I have told. It is not only forward engineering you will be learning while learning Pega. You need to understand the design of Pega. Why you need to learn the design of Pega? I learn forward engineering. I do finish my requirements. I do get the output result as requested. Why should I learn the design of Pega? Because your requirement will not be always forward engineering requirements. Imagine business has two different applications. Two are created on Pega platform. Business is thinking, why should we run both independently? We'll bring one application on top of another application. This is what business had thought. Now they are asking you, dear developer, we wanted to merge one application on top of another application by detaching from Pega platform as an implementation. You need to help them to do it, right? This is what reverse engineering you have to do, and you need to implement it. This is one example of understanding or learning the design of Pega. Okay. So many people, many in the sense 99.99%. Everyone think like doing a project means only forward engineering. No. Forward engineering, for your information, just 30% knowledge you will gain. Reverse engineering is the main thing where your skill is going to be shown up. Plus, on top of it, you need to do enhancements and change request and defect fixing. And defect fixing is okay. Bug fixing. Bug fixing is another main thing. Troubleshooting is going to get involved in bug fixing. Understand? So a developer, if you want to be a full-fledged developer, it's not you learn a project from the scratch how to develop. Not only that, already project is developed and given to you with some requirements. You enhance it, you change the behavior, you troubleshoot to fix the issues. All this if you learn, then only you are a full-fledged developer. So during our sessions, we focus on reverse engineering, forward engineering, troubleshooting, everything. 30% for forward learning, 70% for understanding, enhancements, change request, troubleshooting. This is what we need to give importance. Okay, everyone clear? It is very easy to do the construction by you from bottom level to top level. Already someone designed and constructed up to 2 levels. You have to enhance it to the next level, which is highly difficult. You need to understand the existing design. You have to understand the entire model, and matching it, you need to take it forward further, which is really challenging task. That's where you need to focus. Now, if you know how to create an application, framework application on top of Pega platform, if you know how to create implementation application on top of Pega platform, it is not sufficient to be a full-fledged developer. You should know the relations where this application is built on another application. Where is that relation defined? Should be known to everyone. Now, as I have already logged into framework application, I'll show you. Okay. So that is you understand the question, right? From the question, we are trying to learn the subject. Now you see here, the question is, where is the relation built, defined? Let's say, I'm sorry, relation between the applications defined. Where is the relation between the applications defined? Okay. Now let's see that. We logged into framework application, right? We logged into FW application. We know that, I'm sorry, 2 times I have. We know that because we did it. That's why we know. We know that our FW application is created on top of Pega platform. So Pega platform is built on application. Is what? Built on application for what? For FW. Correct? Yes or no? Pega platform is built on application for FW. Let's navigate to see this relation. Where is it defined? So log into FW. I logged in. Okay, this is FW application. This is application menu. You know, you went to this menu only to create new application, correct? Creating new application, you go to application menu. If you want to see the details of a logged in application, you will go to the same place and click on choose definition. To see FW application details, so click on application menu. You know how to go there, right? Then do what? Definition. It displays current application details. Current application. I am going to go there. You will see something little different than what we have discussed, but no need to much bother about it. Look at here. You can see here built on application. What is that? So built on application is theme Cosmos. What is that? Which is not required to bother about for us. Okay. Let's open theme Cosmos. Let's open theme Cosmos application definition. See, if I wanted to open the definition of framework application, I logged into framework application, correct? If I want to open the definition of theme Cosmos application, I should log into theme Cosmos, right? Have you ever heard theme Cosmos by this time? You did not hear about it, but you remember we have chosen Cosmos traditional. This is a new development by Pega. It's all about UI related functionalities. Additionally, they have added into Pega platform. Pega platform, they kept it as it is without disturbing. On top of it, they have added some UI functionalities of theme Cosmos. Theme means UI templates and all. I will open. In order to open it, I don't need to log into theme Cosmos. If I click on edit icon here, click on edit icon to open theme Cosmos application definition. You don't need to log in there. From here itself, you have an option to open. I'm opening it. What is that you see? We can see built on application is Pega rules. Pega rules means Pega platform is display name. I told you on day one, Pega platform is display name. Pega rules is actual name. Okay, done. Suppose if I open Pega platform, what do you see? Any built on application? For Pega platform, there is no built on application. That is the base. Pega platform is the, see, if you ignore about theme Cosmos in between, your framework application is created on top of Pega platform, right? Yes or no? So if we ignore about theme Cosmos, we can see that our FW application is built on Pega platform application. This is where the relation is. See, this is edit. I'm not telling you to change it. This is editable. I told you, right? On PRPC environment, if you have a text box with a thick blue color dot at right bottom corner, that is a drop down. If you want to populate the values, remove the value, click the down arrow on your keyboard, you'll see all other applications. All the applications that you have in Pega will be shown here. You want to change it, you change it. But I am not doing it now. But remember, it is editable and can be changed. That's what I wanted to let you know. Now, let me close everything. Now, where am I going to log in? Now let's log into implementation application. Let's log into implementation application. Let's go here to see its built on application. To see its built on application. Let me log in. What is that? devimpl@syme.com. See, this session may be not understandable to those who did not attend day 2, day 1. May not be understandable because it is completely related. Okay, but diagrammatically you might have understand by this what we have done. Using diagrammatic explanation you would have understand. Okay, now I came to implementation application. Can I open implementation application definition? Go to definition. The present application, implementation application. What is the built on application you see? So please mute. If you have background noise, you should know that you have to be on mute. For implementation application, we can see, I'm sorry, you can see built on application is Symmetra I, that is FW application, right? So now if I want to open FW application definition, should I log into FW application? Do I need to log in? Previously I have shown you because I already logged in there. Actually I don't need to go. I logged into implementation. I can see FW application is built on application. Here is the edit icon. If you click on edit icon, it will open FW application definition. That is built on theme Cosmos. If you ignore, you see only 3. Ignoring theme Cosmos, implementation built on is FW. FW built on is Pega rules. You can ignore theme Cosmos, no problem. See, for implementation application, the built on application is framework with our current design. Can I change it or not? Anything that is there here can be modified. I am not modifying. I'm just showing you that it can be modified. Now coming back to diagram. This is what you have done, right? What did you do? You have created your framework application on top of Pega platform. At the same time, implementation also on top of Pega platform. Maybe you did a mistake. Now you wanted to change it. That you want to bring your implementation application on top of the framework application. That means for your implementation application, you wanted to have framework application as built on application. That is what you wanted to achieve. For this, you need to make changes. Where do you need to make the changes? With the learning, whatever that you have, I have shown you the relations, right? Now you should be able to say the response. You tell me log into the application onwards. In which application I have to log in now? Framework application, if you log in, you see Pega platform. Do I need to change that? No, I don't need to log into framework. Where do I log in? I have to log into implementation application. When I log in implementation application, I see Pega platform. Correct? What should I do now? Remove that name, Pega platform. Click the down arrow. Choose what?
Framework.
And beside that number is there, right? That also you remove and click down arrow. Whatever number you see, you select it. That's it. There is nothing much to tell you as of now. Anyhow, this one, you remove Pega platform here. It should be like this, correct? Or theme Cosmos, anything. It should be like this, something like this. I mean, like Pega rules, correct? Imagine it is there. Remove it. Click the down arrow. Choose what? Symmetra I, correct? Symmetra I, and then you save it. So doing that change
Sir,
is going.
that is symmetrical, sir.
Sorry. This is correct, right? I did not change and save. I refreshed it to put it back to the original state. So here you should be seeing Pega platform. Given we have done that mistake, and we remove Pega platform, click down arrow and choose Symmetra I and this number, save it. Then you will get the implementation application on top of framework. This is the reason why you need to learn the design of Pega. You will not be always getting the business requirement to create everything from the scratch. That is very easy. You will also be given with requirements of enhancements, change requests, like this. So if you need to make changes, it is not a mistake. Actually, two applications are already running on Pega platform. Business wanted to bring one application on top of another application. Then what to do? This process only have to be done. Everyone clear? So this is why we need to always work on practical, plus need to understand the design internally. Okay, your requirement will be on this part. There may be two requirements. One is create from the scratch, another one is creation is done, you make changes. So knowing this, you should be able to work on even second requirement as well. Okay, makes sense? With this, discussing about application and its relations. Day one, I mean like classes, session start after demo, day one, day two, in day three, half an hour. With this one topic done. Clear everyone so far? We will come back here once again. So now we are going to jump on to next topic, which is related to oriented programming concepts. Programming concept, conceptually we need that here. So before you actually use it, we need to understand that concepts. We need to understand the concepts. I think many of you already aware of this, but you try to learn now once again. I don't want to reuse the forms and implementation there on Pega plan. I don't want to reuse the forms from FW. So can we create only IMPL layer on Pega platform? Yeah, you don't want framework? No problem. You create only IMPL directly on Pega platform, no issues. Can we change the definition from built on application definition? I didn't get you this question. Yes, if you don't want to use framework, you don't want to have framework for your business, directly create your implementation application on top of Pega platform. That's okay. Okay. Next, let me go ahead and tell you about the object-oriented programming concepts. What are we trying to learn now? I'll explain you. This is the same order we are going to learn. Encapsulation, then class, types of classes. What else? Inheritance. First, generally, I'll explain about all these three. Not only related to Pega. This is related to Java, C#, VB. Wherever you go, object-oriented programming, CPP, these concepts will be there. Okay, see, this is very, very important. Many of you, I know, how many of you are already aware of these things? How many of you are already aware of these things? No one? No one of you are done with your BTech graduation, CSC or IT? Many of you might be already aware of this, but still try to learn it now. You will be learning in a different way. First concept is encapsulation. It's a general universal concept. What is meant by a capsule? You know about this, right? What is a capsule? Capsule is a tablet, you know, right? Tablet. What it contains? Some chemical composition. One or more different chemical compositions are being bonded together to make one capsule, correct? That is the same. Encapsulation means you are going to group the things into one single unit in general, in reality. Understand? So these are in the technology, in the object-oriented programming system, whatever that you are grouping together the things into single unit structure in order to achieve the business goals. What are these things? Let me explain you. Those are called as attributes plus functions. Functional, instead of using functions, I'll use functional component. Attributes plus functional components all together into one single unit structure is called a universal concept called encapsulation. Object-oriented programming concept has been adopted by Java, C#, CPP, VB, like this many Python. Many people have adopted object-oriented programming concepts and designed their technology. Correct? When you design your technology following some methodology, your technology should have that methodology implemented here. Now, here in the programming languages, encapsulation reality in the programming language is called as class. What is it called as? Class. So now what does a class contains? Class contains what? Attributes plus functional components. Class is equal to encapsulation. Combination of, combining attributes plus functional components, grouping together into one single unit is called as encapsulation. Same thing, the reality of encapsulation in technology is class. Encapsulation terminology is object-oriented programming system terminology, universal concept, methodology that is taken by Java, implemented in Java, that is taken into C#, implemented in C#, that is taken into Python, implemented in Python. Everywhere they are naming it as class. Class is combination of attributes plus functional components. I'll tell you example. You take an example of a car. What is that? Car. Car is combination of attributes plus functional components. Tell me the functional components which you are aware of. High level is enough. What are the functional components? Steering. What else?
Yes.
Mainly engine, right? Gears. Okay. These are the functional components. All these functional components works together or independently? All these functional components are going to work together. So if you are designing a system for execution of your business, system is one unit structure overall. That is what you are calling it as car. Inside that, you are going to place all the functional components grouped together plus attributes. Functional components are steering, wheels, engines, gears, everything together. You are going to make it as a car. Car is a unit structure which is class. All are functional components working together. What are attributes then? What are attributes? First gear, second gear, like this, whatever it is. So if you're going to place it on gear 1, means you are providing some input data to the car to go on certain speed. Gear 2, then speed may vary. Gear 3, speed may vary. Gear 4, speed may vary. Accelerator also works together along with that. Okay. But so you are just inputting, you are going to change the gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. As per that, the movement is going to depend. So functional components ability is based on this attributes. Attributes supplies some data. Attribute supplies some data to the functional components. Taking the data, functional components are going to behave accordingly. Okay, I'll tell you another example now. This example, everyone clear? One more example I'll tell you. Just imagine I have a machine. Why to go somewhere else? Okay, this would be more better, I think. I have a machine that is a book making machine, especially notebook making machine. Notebook making machine. Notebook. And you tell me one more thing. What is the input here? Out of all this, input is first gear. That is the input that you are providing to the system, apart from fuel. Second gear is another input. This input is called attribute. Okay, based on the input, it will behave accordingly. Now you see, notebook making machine. Tell me what are the entire notebook making machine is class. What are the functional components in notebook making machine? First, initially, you are going to place a big rolling of paper on a roller. Rolling device will be there. Okay, on that you are going to place the paper. Okay, rolling device which holds paper. Next, it will roll and paper is going to move forward. Next level, what can be there? A sizing plus cutting device. Okay, functional component. It is going to size and cut accordingly, and it will be moved forward. Then what is the next functional component? What can be the next functional component? Binding tool, whatever it is. Binding device will be there, which is going to bind, and dispenser will be there. Dispenser is going to dispense the book out of the machine. You know, right? High level, just high level. These are all functional components. If you can guess, what are the attributes of inputs? What are the attributes of inputs? How many number of books you want? Number of So you need to tell the machine, right? When you start the machine, when you place the paper, you need to tell the machine how many number of books you want to just bound and dispensed. I want 100 books. Finally, after I start machine and put the input paper, how many books I'll be getting? After 100, it will be stopped. After 100, it will be stopped. Okay, it says task completed. Is this only number of books? Anything else you think? Number of pages based on rolling device, how many are just moving forward, it will happen. Next, probably that is also one thing.
The size of
Size,
the
size of the book. Size of book you need to tell. A4 if you mention, A4 into 2, it will calculate and it will cut A4 into 2. At the A4, it will bind. Okay, understand, right? No need to understand too much technical. Size you understand, that is pretty much fair enough. Okay, so number of books and size of the book, these two are attributes, inputs that you are providing to this. Based on these two, functional components will behave accordingly. If I give size of the book is A4, sizing device plus cutting device is going to mark at the respective place and cut accordingly. The same device, if I give A3, same device, expand or contrast accordingly and mark and cut accordingly. Its behavior is dependent on inputs that you are providing. So overall, class is a unit structure which has attributes plus functional components together into it. You supply the input to the class, execute it, all functional components will run. Finally, you will be getting some output result for sure. Understand? What is the input? Paper plus notebooks, number of books plus size of the book. All these are inputs. And output is a binding notebook you are getting as an output. Finally, whatever that you are seeing physically, the same in technology. Coming to technology, class is combination of attributes plus functional components. Means here in software, you wanted to create some functional components and define some attributes, correct? To achieve the required business goals. So I'm making a transaction. I went to ATM. I'm making a transaction of money withdraw. Overall, money withdraw process is a transaction that is already been designed, provided, software program, correct? Directly, if you're going to say that I want money, is it going to give? No. You need to provide some inputs. What are the inputs? Card number, PIN number, the amount of money that you want to withdraw, type of the account. 4 are attributes. Functional components are, once you give the card number and PIN number, it should be validated in the system, yes or no. For validation, one program should be there. That is one functional component. Once you give the account number, further details, once it proceeds, amount that you wanted to withdraw, it should be again validated whether you have sufficient funds or not there. That is another functional component. And money should be calculated, the amount to be sent out. The calculation of how much to be given as requested, that calculation logic is one functional component. Finally, it will dispense, that is the physical component. So these functional components plus attributes overall together in a program called money withdrawal process. This money withdrawal is one class. Withdraw money is a class. In that, certain attributes are there, certain functional components are there. All that works together when you pass the input data. Finally, it generates some output result. So in the software, you need to write programs, generally other technologies, but here no programming is required, no coding. You need to be creating some functional components, attributes. All this, where are you going to put? Place inside classes. Everyone clear with this? Every one of you. Now we will go back to day one. We will go back to day one. If you remember, on day one, I was saying this. What was that I was saying? I was explaining about what is an application, correct? I was explaining about what is an application. See, from today's session so far, what did you understand is functionalities, attributes. This will be there inside classes, correct? Is that the final point to understand? On day one, I said something else. On day one, I was telling you about definition of application. I told you that application contains functionalities. That was the statement I made. On day one, I told you application is set of functionalities. But today I told you class is set of functionalities. Correct? Did I say the same or not? But which one is true out of these two? Both are true. Day one, I did not give you in detail. See, you have classes, okay, but where do you have classes? Classes contains functionalities, means functionalities you place inside classes. Okay, classes you have to place inside application. Classes, where do you place? You place the classes inside application. Open with Paint. See here. Application, top level square box. Application contains class A, class B. Class A contains functionality 1, functionality 2. Attributes may be there. Class B contains functionality 4, functionality 5. Functionality maybe 3. Functionality 3 and functionality 4. So classes contains functionalities. Application contains classes. Ultimately, application also contains classes. Functionalities are not. Ultimately, can I say functionalities are also there inside application or not? That is what in that sense I told you on day one. Day one itself, I don't want to start and tell you about classes because I wanted to finish application alone. So application contains functionalities, classes contains functionalities. Which one is true? Both are true. In fact, classes contains functionality, application contains classes. Make sense, everyone? Clear? Now you remember you created application, correct? On other day we created application. After we create application, what are the different things created? Let me tell you once again. Application got created, that you know. Operator ID got created, that you know. Organization got created. These three we have discussed. Apart from these three, classes also got created automatically. You don't need to create manually, but we will create going forward. What else is being created? Classes. What do I need to create further? My application related functionalities I have to create. Where do I create? Inside classes. These are the classes that have got created. Okay. When you set up a new application got created, operator ID got created, organization got created, plus inside what is being created? So many classes created. I'll tell you what are those later. But you need to understand one thing, that classes got created inside our application automatically by Pega when you run the wizard. So what is a class? Class is a unit structure which contains attributes plus functionalities. All this works together to achieve required business goals. Make sense? Now, what is encapsulation means? Class is reality in the technology. Encapsulation is a concept in object oriented programming system. Concept is being implemented in the technology of Java, C#, VB, whatever it is, further Python, like this. Okay, you are creating one technology name is ABC. In your technology you can implement object oriented programming concept. Everyone is naming class. You can name differently if you wish to. Okay, so everyone clear about class? Now I am going to tell you about the concept of inheritance. After inheritance is finished, then only I'll tell you about types of classes. Okay, what is the next topic? Inheritance. This is very general topic in object oriented programming. Now, all this whatever I have explained so far is not only related to Pega, it is general. The same is applicable for Pega also. In Pega there are some other changes, I'll explain. 5 more minutes is there. I am going to explain you about the concept of inheritance in general. First, let me tell you one thing in reality. I am going to set up a bank. In my bank we have different operations. Banking operations are there, insurance operations are there, loan operations are there, maybe additionally some other different operations are there. You imagine bank as a physical location. This entire building is a bank, entire space is a bank. Is it going to be only one department or multiple departments? Multiple departments. Based on the example I told you, how many departments? Bank is overall roof. How many departments are there? Banking is one department which will take care of creating new bank accounts and closing the bank accounts, maybe some issues addressing in bank accounts and all. Banking department. Loans is another department. There will be some other people. Insurance is some other department. This is how you will see physically, right? So each department is going to do their work, correct? Can we combine all departments into single department? No or yes? It is possible or not possible practically? Practically possible, but what is the reason you are dividing like this? Instead of making everyone at same as one single department, banking why you are dividing separately, insurance why you are dividing separately, loan why you are dividing separately. What is the reason you think about it? First you told easy to maintain. One thing you told easy to maintain. Your business, you are organizing your business processing in different structure, in a proper structure, not different, I'm sorry, in a proper structure. Combining all this maintenance will be highly difficult, right? So you are establishing physically this approach, correct? If I create my application as a bank, so if I have all these three departments, each department is going to be one class. See, each department is responsible for processing some functionalities, right? Each department is one class. So how many classes I have to create? Three, which means you understand it's not only one single class that is going to be there in an application. You will have a number of classes. Why a number of classes? Structural arrangement in order to maintain your business, manage your business easily. See, if I want loan, do I need to contact the bank account department? Is there any deal with bank department? Banking processing. Is there any need of going to them? I will directly go to loan department. Whether I have bank account with you or not, no matter. If I am eligible, you will give me loan, correct? I will directly go to loan department. Means your in the application, your execution is going to deal only with loan class, correct? You don't need to touch about or look into banking or insurance. If I want insurance policy, I need to go through only insurance department, follow their instructions and submit the data. They will take it forward. Means only insurance class execution is required. Remaining two, I don't need. That's why you need to segregate. If you did not segregate and everything at one place, what will happen? It is difficult to manage. It is difficult to maintain. It is difficult to find out the components, right components and all. So you segregate your business physically. The same way you are setting up your application as a bank, for example, in that three classes will come now as per the example. What are the three classes? Banking, loans, insurance. Understand? You understand the need of creating many classes in your application? You understand it or not? Each class has a specific behavior. Specific functional processing is one class. Like that we are going to proceed forward. Okay, so like this, whenever you create a new application, classes have got created, and within that you are creating multiple classes. Now I'll tell you one more department, verification department. What does that people do? Address verification. They go to address verification and tick mark the application verified or not. They do documents verification, and they may do salary verification if it is a loan additionally. Now let me ask you one question. For bank account verification, loan processing verification, insurance verification, when all of these three things are happening for different people, verification is common or different? Should I have to create
Common.
three different verification teams, or only one verification team is pretty much fair enough?
One
One
verification
verification
which is
team
on
is pretty much fair
framework.
enough. They receive the tasks from banks, loans, and insurance. Commonplace, that is. It's not about a framework. I'm going to talk about inheritance concept. This example you need to remember till tomorrow. Then I'll start explaining about inheritance. Explaining is very easy. One class A, class B, parent child access A to B. That is just you are learning by definition. Why we need inheritance in technology? That is where you need to focus. See, at the time of learning anything, there are two questions that you have to ask yourself. What? It is very easy. Why? If you know why, that means you are knowledgeable. So if I ask you what is inheritance, acquiring properties of parent class into child class, you would have written many times in exam and you got 2 out of 2 marks. That means you are not knowledgeable. You need to explain me why you need inheritance in technology. Then only you will be considered as knowledgeable. Okay. So I'll tell you what is inheritance, what is the importance to have Okay. So am I audible now? I'm sorry, am I audible now? When did you
Yes, sir,
when
you are
did
audible.
you lost that voice? Just a minute back or
Just a minute back.
just a minute back only, right? Till the example you understand, right? Loan department,
Yes, sir.
sales department, banking department, verification department. 4 common department is verification. Taking this example, tomorrow I am going to explain you about what is inheritance, why we need inheritance in technology. You are introducing inheritance concept into technology. There is some purpose you are introducing, right? That is what you should know about mainly. What is your definition? You will be able to easily understand. Okay, everyone clear? See, this is object-oriented programming concept. Java, Python, CPP, wherever you go, so far whatever I have explained is same. But each technology may have implemented in a different way. I'll tell you that with respect to Pega tomorrow. Okay, and not tomorrow. After I explain it in a generic way, universal concept, later I will take it into Pega. That will be good to understand. Okay, tomorrow we are going to discuss about inheritance concept, plus inheritance will be done in half an hour, plus types of classes. After that, types of classes. Make sense? You can wind up for today. We will continue tomorrow 9 o'clock sharp, everyone. Okay, those who have attended today only, you can come and meet me now.